Bună seara, doamnelor! Bună seara, domnilor! Sunt Marius Constantinescu. Începem astăzi sezonul 6 al emisiunii mele preferate, sper că și a dumneavoastră, Vizual, la TVR3 și TVRplus.ro. Ne așteaptă o călătorie separată în mai multe episoade, în fiecare sâmbătă seară, călătorie în care urmează să descoperim din nou ce este mai interesant, ce este mai fascinant, ce este, într-un cuvânt, mai frumos în acest univers vizual nesfârșit din jurul nostru. În această serie de emisiuni avem, după cum vedeți, o nouă casă. Prietenii de la Cărturești ne-au pus la dispoziție demisolul librăriei din strada Artur Verona, astfel încât Vizual și în sezonul 6 să aibă aceeași identitate vizuală bine conturată. Pandemia care ne-a schimbat tuturor viețile în ultimii 2 ani a influențat toate aspectele vieții artistice și comerciale și a însemnat un hiatus inclusiv în existența celui mai important calendar al modernității. Iată însă că în 2022 iconicul și referențialul calendar Pirelli revine și o face sub semnătura estetică a unui personaj care excelează deopotrivă în muzică și în fotografie. On the Road, calendarul Pirelli 2022, semnat de nimeni altul decât Bryan Adams.
To work with Bryan?
A musical photographer, so you can't go wrong.
He's a real double trouble. I was like, I didn't even realize you were a photographer. I know you as a musician. He said, how would you know that? But so now I'm a fan in more ways than one.
He was just really open and he received any ideas that I had and made me feel comfortable.
I know he's iconic.
He's the chillest. He's super chill.
The photos all came out really nice. I love the photos. I got to see some of them and star some of my favorites.
He's very creative.
It was a dream of mine to always shoot with Bryan. He really captures the essence and the character of who he's shooting.
Working with Bryan was super amazing. I mean, he knows what he's doing. He's telling me do this, do that, do this.
He's trying to build to that shot.
And if I take a little too long, he goes, we got that already. I was like, okay, cool, we're moving on.
He's amazing. And quick. Yes.
Cher, Jennifer Hudson, Iggy Pop, Rita Ora sau Bryan Adams însuși sunt câțiva dintre protagoniștii ediției 2022 a calendarului Pirelli, fotografiat în California, dar și în insula Capri, în Italia. Calendarul vine și confirmă valoarea de fotograf a lui Bryan Adams, deja iconic și notoriu muzician, o valoare care a fost deja certificată de publicații prestigioase precum Vogue, GQ sau Vanity Fair.
It's tremendous honor, and I mean, when I first came to speak to Pirelli, I mean, I sort of had my fingers crossed and behind my back. You know, I didn't really think that I would get the job, but
why not?
I guess they like me.
Touring is like being suspended in air. You're living in some kind of a bizarre dream, and I love it. I've spent a lot of my life in that bizarre dream. But I think it's really important to Make sure you make the time for the people that you love, or have them come out on the road and hang with you, or else you're like a hot air balloon that could just like float off into outer space.
I get to travel the world, and I think for me, traveling is what keeps me alive. My experiences whilst traveling is truly unbelievable. I get very inspired by the culture, the fashion, the religion, the spirituality. I think it all comes hand in hand, and just getting to know people. So I'm a very people's person, so I love that.
Let's talk a little bit about the theme of this year's Pirelli calendar, because it's on the road. And what made you choose this specific theme at a time in which the world was in lockdown?
Well, pretty much because we musicians couldn't go out on tour.
Yeah.
It was just an idea I had. I suggested to them because I thought on the road was obviously the thing that I've been doing most of my life, and it's the thing that Pirelli's been doing all of their life.
I sit and get my makeup on, and we have girl talk, and then I'm ready, and then I'm nervous, and then I go to the stage, and then I'm still nervous, and then I go on, and then I'm pretty fine. I'm okay then.
I think musicians have a sort of automatic understanding of each other.
Yeah.
There's and even I think most people in the entertainment world have, they just, oh yeah, okay, we're doing that. It's there's a sort of a written language, or unwritten language, I should say,
Coming from us live from New York, we have the amazing St. Vincent. Did you ever think that one day you would be on the cover of The Cow?
No, I never dreamed it. And it's just the greatest thrill. To be among the people who've been photographed, but also to be photographed by Brian, and to be in this kind of rich history of art is amazing.
That's why we've called this calendar On the Road, because we couldn't go on the road for the last 2 years. I just did my first shows last week.
Yeah.
And it felt great to be back doing it again. Annie, have you been playing?
I did. I went on a tour of the States in September and October. It was the best tour I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
To explode.
performing for my fans means everything to me because it's the perfect way to communicate. And I always look at it as like, as a performer, it's about energy. So if I could set my energy right, then I could change the atmosphere that I'm in. And to me, that is the power, the superpower of a performer.
I started out when I was about 15 years old. We'd drive out of town in our van full of equipment, 2-3 hours out, stay up till midnight playing and not get home till 3 in the morning. And it seemed like an adventure, but I was already beat down by the next day. Then things escalate and it becomes a kind of stimulant that you take for granted. You don't appreciate it really too much until you start meeting people who've never been anywhere.
I think it's the first time in history that an artist actually dedicates a song to the cow. When did you find the time and where did you write it? Where did you write on the road?
We wrote it just before the shoot in Los Angeles.
Right.
And yeah, I mean, I think it took about a day.
How do you direct somebody like Iggy?
You don't.
Exactly. I knew you were going to answer this. I knew it. I knew it. You just don't, do you?
No. I mean, Iggy's on his own path, and he knows exactly what he's doing. And you just got to make sure you're ready to go.
I ride on the road all the time. Matter of fact, I love riding on the road more than I do when I'm still. I love riding on the plane. I love riding on the subway. I love riding on the go because something about being in motion helps my train of thought flow a little better, yeah.
Mr. Marco Tronchetti Provera has joined us. It's such a pleasure to actually have you on the show. And can I say, also to interview you live, because it's never happened to me, so...
Thank you. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. So we're here for, obviously, the launch of The Cow, and which is returning after a one-year gap. But there's another very important event, because next year, Pirelli celebrates 150 years, 150 years on the road. And so I think that the best way to actually celebrate is by another world premiere. Shall we do it?
Of course we do.
Okay, so let's unveil the Pirelli 150 logo.
Lansarea milaneză a calendarului nu a fost lipsită de peripeții, cu un Bryan Adams în izolare fiind confirmat COVID pozitiv chiar pe aeroport. Asta nu înseamnă că fotografiile pe care le-a făcut pentru Pirelli 2022 sunt mai puțin semnificative, mai puțin marcante, mai puțin fermecătoare până la urmă, reconstituind viața pe care o cunoaște atât de bine, viața de turneu. Fotografiile lui Bryan Adams pentru Pirelli 2022, de altfel, îl pun pe el într-o linie cum nu se poate mai prestigioasă, o linie în care stă alături de Paolo Roversi, de Albert Watson, de Tim Walker, de Peter Lindbergh sau de Annie Leibovitz, cei care au semnat cele mai recente ediții ale calendarului. Doamnelor și domnilor, la televiziunea română ați văzut și vedeți calendarul Pirelli în exclusivitate cu mine, Marius Constantinescu. De-a lungul timpului, câțiva dintre cei mai cunoscuți fotografi ai lumii și câteva dintre cele mai fascinante fețe ale planetei au onorat calendarul Pirelli.
Cielo Over the head. How's your head? Over your head. Over your head. Over your head. Over your head. Over your head.
Up with it.
Destiny.
Humanity, courage, hope, imagine.
Dreams.
I am still in search of Juliet, you know, and I think we'll be in search all my life. Because at the end, Juliet is a dream.
Good night, good night. Parting is such sweet sorrow that I shall say good night till it be morrow.
这一朵爱的蓓蕾，靠着夏天的暖风的吹拂
may prove a beauteous flower.
When next we meet, give me my Romeo.
And when he shall die,
Take him and cut him out in little stars.
And he will make the face of heaven so fine
that all the world will be in love with night.
and pay no worship to the garnished sun.
Doamnelor, domnilor, Vizual la final, sunt Marius Constantinescu și ne revedem sâmbătă viitoare aici, la Cărturești, Verona, pe TVR3 și TVRplus.ro. Până atunci, priviți în jur!